Thank you. Hiya, James. It's a pleasure to meet you, Phil Gillen, Eastern film fans. Thank you for taking time to speak to me. I am very excited. Darkness of Man. I'm going to kick straight into it, and the reason is I've seen it. Thank you. I think it's a great piece of work for numerous different reasons, and I want to kick in with the questions if I can. So, creatively, because I know you co-wrote it, creatively from when you started to write it to what was on the screen, did that creative process work from pages to screen? Did you capture what you wanted from when you wrote it to get that on the screen? Because like visually, I think it's great for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very proud of the film, and thank you so much for the kind words. I'm very
Yeah,
proud of the film, and I think that we definitely got what I was trying to make.
yeah,
So I'm very happy with it. It's one of the few times I've made a movie where I'm going in going, I'm happy with this one. It's
yeah.
many times in the past I'm like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. This one I'll die on this sword if I have to. I'm really happy with this one.
No,
So
excellent. Yeah, and I know as part of the creative process, look, director, producer, writer, you want to get it on the screen. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So at least you're honest, but you're honest, and it shows on the screen. I mean, I saw it and I thought it's got those again those flickers towards like a Marlowe. There's like this voiceover that was on it, which I thought was cracking. Was it something that you visualized when you were writing it? Came afterwards? How did that come about?
that was 100% in the script.
Oh, right, cool. Right,
It was the original idea for the entire movie.
smart.
I wanted to blend the noir genre with
Yeah,
action, and I was like, okay, what if I took like an action movie like and made it like a full-fledged noir?
yeah,
So I grew up on the movies like the Maltese Falcon,
nice.
Angels with Dirty Faces,
Yeah,
the Third Man, and big fan of the Max Payne video games.
yeah, yeah. Cool, man.
And I was just like, what if we did that? And I was like, as weird as this sounds, I had seen, the commercials Van Damme had done,
Mm.
and his commercials, he has this great voiceover, and I'm like, wow, what if we got like, the one where he's doing the splits
Yeah,
across
the
the two,
splits on the trucks. Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's the perfect splits, and I'm like, what if we got JC to be this guy, And so I started talking to JC, and this was when it was just an idea, and he was on board, and so I was really excited by that. And I'm really happy. I mean, as far back as this might go, as I know this is going to sound crazy,
Cool.
one of the voiceover monologues that's in there where he goes, Los Angeles, like K-Town, night, cold and dark.
Yeah.
Uh, that was something that I wrote in ninth grade as a English project. Uh,
Whoa.
so this has been something that I've been like percolating in my head
Yeah,
for
for a
time.
while.
Yeah, it's it's something really exciting, and it harks back to all the movies I grew up on, like Oldboy, one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time, Park Chan-wook's Oldboy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
looking at a
Fantastic.
movie like that, that's part of why I wanted to set it in K-Town, have a lot of the movie be in Korean, and really like look into that underworld as well.
Yeah, it's a nice mix, you see. It's got that, there's trepidation now when you see the older actors in movies and stuff and what you're gonna get. And I was surprised with especially in Van Damme's role and stuff, because when people see it, it's more of a flawed character, which works really well for him where he is now. He's not gonna trying to be someone, he's not trying to be the kickboxer, he's not trying to be that. He's trying to harking back to like the JCVD we did and stuff when it's him. There's more of him in it, kind of thing. In other words, playing a character rather than doing the jumping, splitting kicks. It's very much grounded in what it is, which makes it more real. And then you cross that over with that noir feel, and you stick like the Korean element in. All of a sudden, you've got this mixture, and it works really well. It works really well on the screen, and that's what drove me to go. I really, really like this film. This is something
Oh,
that
thank you so
you
much,
should
man.
be, and I'm sure you are proud of. But you know what I mean. It all seemed to come together really nicely for you, and to make something with all those elements, which in somebody in less capable hands, maybe not. But for you, I did feel it
You
worked
are
really
you
well.
You are way too kind. Thank you so much.
Well,
And,
I'm just being honest.
we really took a lot of care of combining those elements. We wanted to
Yeah.
have this like fire and ice, feel between K-Town and the world that JC's character's in. And it was about having him play a character that is his age, flawed,
Exactly.
alcoholic,
Yeah.
out of shape, like
Yeah.
it's he's not the young guy doing the splits anymore. It's like and I think what that does is it raises the stakes. So it creates a situation. Is he going to make it out of any of these fights?
Exactly.
And he's really getting damaged as it goes on. He's getting hurt. And the other thing that we think about in the movie is like, the fights are more realistic. They're not like bombastic, crazy kick things. It's a very focused, realistic, brutal action.
Yeah. And I like that as well. That's what I said. It was very grounded. Look, I'm an action fan. You can probably tell. And I'm a film fan, so I'm a bit of a Jackie Chan nut. I like all that. So I've seen it all. I've seen action done, Hong Kong style. I've seen the best of the best and stuff. I know what's up there and stuff. But I like what you did, and I like that it's grounded and it's for the character and what it is, and that plays really well because it plays into the scenes and what you get, like you say, that flawed character, him playing him, and you get the best out of Jean-Claude as well. And especially when you're playing those kind of characters, he does come across so much better because, like I say, it's more grounded, it's more him, it's more earthy, etc. So he plays it really well. And again, I thought, I spoke to Kristanna and bounced off her really well in the scenes that they had and stuff. Again, it's not all about one character, it's about all the different players and the scenes. Did you have characters in mind when you wrote this? Well, you wrote it with Jean-Claude, so obviously you had him in mind. But, for the characters, did you have people you were thinking of once you were kind of set the stall out?
Yeah. I get really excited by certain people. So, I'm blessed that my top choices for every single role is who did it. Other than and Sticky would be the first to tell you, originally when I was imagining that role, it would have gone to DMX because I had worked with DMX in the past. Role, a couple times. X was a very close friend of mine, and he passed away. And so I started thinking outside of that, and I was like, oh, well, what about Sticky? And so, I reached out to Sticky, and Sticky and I hit it off, and he's wonderful, and I love that guy. But he knew that situation as well.
No, it's fine.
He's talked about it in his own interviews, so
exactly.
I'll corroborate that.
This one's all about me. Say it, James. You're right. Look, good. Look, couple of things because of time and stuff. What else have you got coming up? What else have you got in the pipeline for us? Because I'm excited to see what else you can do. I'm sure this is going to be a success. The people are going to see it's going to be out there. It's great. But what else have you got knocking on the door?
So, I just wrapped post. I just wrapped filming. Sorry, and started post on a movie called The Workout, which stars Peter J, who's Dae Yun in this movie, as well as Josh Kelly and UFC fighter Ashley Evans Smith. So that's a really fun action movie that's going to be coming out relatively soon. And then fingers crossed, if everybody likes it as much as you do, maybe there's going to be a Darkness of Man too. So, there's a possibility there. And then, if I'm lucky or blessed, I'd like to see myself working with the next guys on the action list, which would be like a Stallone or a Schwarzenegger or like a Liam Neeson, because I've done, Mel Gibson and Bruce Willis.
I know, you've done it. You've lining them up, mate. I saw Bruce,
I know, I'm like,
Jean-Claude. Come on, it's going to be the Stallones next and stuff.
I would love it.
I'm a Sly fan. I'm massive Sly fans from day one. So that'd be a godsend. Look, doing great work. I'm conscious of time and stuff. So there's one question asked that everybody I interview. So hold on tight to this one. It is, if you're stuck on a desert island and you can only take 3 films with you, and they can be any genre, what do you take?
Easy.
Oldboy,
Kill Bill Volume 1, and Sin City.
Oh, boom. You know what? So many people have trouble. Go, oh, God, there's so many I don't know. And I go, look, if I ever interview again, you can pick another 3. You were just like, boom, I got them straight away. There you go.
Well, so I didn't prep
that. I have
a list of 10 movies. I have a list of 10 movies that I feel like you could watch over and over again, no matter what. Those 3
any
are
of
on
them.
another one, Shawshank Redemption, Goodfellas,
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction. I mean, those are movies that no matter at what point of the movie, if you're flipping through the channels and it's there, you could just get sucked in immediately.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it, whatever, no matter what.
Yeah, it's
James,
just so rewatchable. They're amazing movies. So.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, freelancers. Thank you for your time today. It's really appreciated. I wish you all the success with Darkness. I mean, it deserves every success. It's a fantastic movie. Everybody should go out and watch it and grab it on digital, DVD, Blu-ray, whatever and stuff. But please go and see it. And hopefully, you never know, we shall catch up soon and we can do this all again. But James, thank you very much for your time. It's really appreciated.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for the enthusiasm for the movie. And I hope everybody else enjoys it May 21st on digital.
There you go. You heard it from the man. Thanks, James.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks all.
Bye.
Cheers.